Hello everybody, and welcome back to another World of Warship Blitz video. This time in the Tier 8 Japanese battleship, the Amagi. I quite like the Amagi. The Amagi for me is suits my style. It's a successor to the Congo, although there's a number of ships between the Tier 5 Congo and the Tier 8 Amagi. It's relatively fast. It's got reasonably good guns. Quite accurate long range. It's not quite the same close range brawler as the German battleships. It's not quite got the same air protection as the American battleships, but it suits my style. So here we are heading into the A cap to support this this Russian cruiser with the good turn of speed. So most battleships at Tier 8 actually have reasonably good speed, so I think Tier 8 is the tier where the high speed battleships come into play. Here comes a Tirpitz, so we get ourselves lined up, we get our shells off. Nice dispersion, great miss there I think. Oh no, landed. I'm trying to land them on the deck so that we can get some criticals if we can. Now you'll notice that I've turned away. The problem with the Tirpitz is it's got torpedoes, and at a close range that ship is quite powerful. But I'm trying to stay close enough that I'm still a target. The further out we go, the more advantage I have because my tighter grouping versus his sloppier grouping. The dispersion on the Tirpitz is quite bad. He's turning away, which to my mind is a bit of a mistake. So I'm going to pursue him just to keep that distance relatively constant and continue to hammer away at him. Now there's an island off to that's should be coming into view fairly shortly. So I snap off a last shot before I have to move around this island. Unfortunately, if I shoot now, all it'll do is it'll hit the island. And as you can see, he's down on health. I'm still doing fairly well, although I've used a heal. Now he's turning around because he's backed off. Because I've played it that I'm playing from the side, and he's had, in order to, we've got the cap, so in order for him to try and respond, he can't keep going into the side, he has to do something, so he's been forced to turn around. That lets me just sort of loop around behind him. Now I'm keeping the distance open. We're going to use main guns. He's getting focused on by the friendly cruiser, so yeah, he's got a real problem. Unfortunately with the Tirpitz, sometimes you just have to take the hits and just go in and be aggressive. He hasn't done that, and I think he's paying the price because this sort of sniping game is hell on the Tirpitz. Right, let's hope that this finishes them off. It should be fairly close, if not the real deal. And at this range, oh, not quite. At this range, those shells actually have the best chance of penetrating the deck and making for a critical, if they had, of course, which it didn't. So we've got a North Carolina there as well. Right, I should have gone for the Tirpitz, but yeah, okay, that was a mistake. So the Tirpitz is gone. I didn't take him. I thought the cruiser had him. So now it's toe to toe with this North Carolina. Now the North Carolina is a powerful ship, but I'm just going to keep moving forward. Now there's a battleship moving in behind to take the cap behind us. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to keep moving away from him, force him to take off angle shots, and just keep working over this North Carolina. If the North Carolina turns, then yeah, then he's going to lose his firing angles. And as you can see, at this sort of long range sort of sniping, we're certainly landing more hits on him than he's landing on us, although to be fair, he's also attacking the cruiser there. And yeah, so from my perspective, all I need to do is just keep the pressure on. Here he comes. He's firing his shells. They fly over the top. And sometimes it pays to keep a turn on, because if you keep a turn on, they if you've got a turn when he launches the shells, you may find that you evade the worst of them. But yeah, no, I'm going straight ahead. So we've got this guy in our sights. With 50 seconds going, I'm not sure that we're going to actually be able to complete the job. So I've done 67,000 damage. Obviously that airplane there was pretty unwelcome. Let's hope that we can get a critical. Yeah, no, he had a hard hit on me, but 30 seconds going. We put out the fire, still not within secondary range. We give him our 5th gun, or our middle gun, and just keep the pressure on. 19 seconds. This is definitely the last shot, so let's make it count. That's his last shot as well. So if I survive this, I survive the match, and unfortunately a number of my shots went over the top of him, so that's a bit of a shame. Oh, 1 shot left, not going to do much with that, and the game ends with a nameless hero. So I suppose it's not an exciting game, but it goes to show you using Amagi to its strengths. So there were 2 battleships that I wore down, with a little bit of help from the cruiser, of course, which always provides a bit of support. Oh, that's the match that gave me my promotion. Got a Nameless Hero award. So almost 80,000 damage. It's almost a big caliber, unfortunately just a slight miss there. But kept those 2 battleships on the run, and that Tirpitz, you can see, didn't do a lot of damage because he was shooting at long range. Anyway, that shows you how the Amagi works. I hope you found that educational. It is a great ship, and yeah, you've seen it, I suppose, used to its strengths in that particular example. I'd like to thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.